247 is no longer member of the USB government. I have resigned officially from the government, and officially, like I said, I resigned. I tendered my letter, and my letter was accepted by the government. So from now on, I'm making it clear that you know, that you hear, that you understand, that you don't expect me to come out there to represent anybody, to speak for anybody, to stand for anybody, and you don't come asking me questions about anybody in the government or about the activities of the government. You don't associate me with the government. You don't bring me into any of their activities. I am no longer part of USB government. It is clearly stated. So na USB government. Government nke USB. So hozimia. So no phone ni mende USB government. Is medium to say it clearly and openly that I, Govt is no longer member of the USB government. I have resigned officially from the government, and officially, like I said, I resigned. I tendered my letter, and my letter was accepted by the government. So from now on, I'm making it clear that you know, that you hear, that you understand, that you don't expect me to come out there to represent anybody, to speak for anybody, to stand for anybody, and you don't come asking me questions about anybody in the government or about the activities of the government. You don't associate me with the government. You don't bring me into any of their activities. I am no longer part of USB government. It is clearly stated. So na USB government. Government nke USB. So no phone ni mende USB government.
Jihadist, akọbe this woman o, ana m abịa mma akọwala unu ife o ji wee wuru bandit ka m gwa unu mission ngozi na Biafra land now from that year to come to Friendland a ijere ka everything pụtara ife o Biafrans kwesịrị ịma ife ngozi represent na Biafra land, mission ngozi na Biafra land. Adọghị ya ye focus nyaka ikpe ye focus na ka Biafra mara nke wee eziokwu, because na everything adugo open. Na ndị ọzọ anyị ekwu mụ nwa ada ndị mba na ndị egere ya ekwuye, because anyị ya continue gba nkịta na-egbu ndị be anyị by this woman called Ngozi ọ na-terrorize our land, na-atọ ọnụ anyị into jihad by jihadist Islamization. Ife Ngozi ọla bụ gwọrọ Fulani jiri wee bịa. Agenda Ngozi ọla bụ gwọrọ Fulani Islamization by fire by force, by ụmụnne ndị jihadist, by ụmụnne ndị terrorist, and they terrorize our land, na-egbuchasị our men. A na-agwa unu okwu Biafra. Enwere anything a na-agwa unu gbasara ya. I dey come for that one. Because if I'm today are the very, very important. And that's on
information. In a statement issued on Thursday, Ife said the Apex Court judgment in Kanu's case had effectively aligned itself with executive lawlessness and undermined Kanu's fundamental human rights as provided by the law. Barrister Onyeka Chi-Ifedi, one of the lawyers representing the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has accused the Supreme Court of committing a jurisprudential suicide and grotesque betrayal of the Constitution by upholding his continued trial despite a previous discharge by the Court of Appeal. In a statement issued on Thursday, Ife said the Apex Court judgment in Kanu's case had effectively aligned itself with executive lawlessness and undermined Kanu's fundamental human rights as provided by the law. We condemned in the strongest possible terms the Supreme Court of Nigeria's grotesque betrayal of the Constitution in FRN v. Nnamdi Kanu, Ife said. By overturning a lawful discharge grounded in state-sponsored kidnapping, the court has illegally derogated from non-derogable Chapter IV rights, annulled the Constitution prohibition against double jeopardy, and reduced Nigeria's judiciary to an arm of executive lawlessness. Ife argued that the ruling contradicted constitutional protection enshrined in Chapter 5 of the Nigerian Constitution, especially the right to a fair hearing and protection against double jeopardy. The Chapter 4 rights are absolute, he emphasized. Section 49, bracket 2 of the Constitution explicitly forbids any derogation from fair hearing rights. Section 36, bracket 1, the court invented national security exception in fraudulent reliance of the supreme law. According to him, the appellate court discharge of Kanu constituted a final acquittal and should have ended any further prosecution. Section 36, bracket 9 prohibits the trial after acquittal. The Court of Appeal discharge order was a final acquittal, yet the Supreme Court resurrected death charges in service of state impunity, he said. The lawyer also raised jurisdictional objections, referencing international legal precedents against state-sponsored abduction, where a defendant is procured through state abduction. Court lacks jurisdiction. R.V. Host Ferrari reads Magistrate Court, Ifedi asserted. The Supreme Court failure to avoid proceedings reward kidnapping a state of policy. He compared Nigeria's position with international standard, citing decision in the United Kingdom, European Court of Human Rights, South Africa, and Human Rights Council that all condemned or nullified prosecution arising from unlawful rendition. Ife further condemned the Apex Court's alleged reliance on national security as justification for its ruling. The judgment's national security justification is legally dead on arrival, he said. Chapter 4 rights cannot be suspended even during war. Section 45, bracket 2, the Supreme Court has no power to create imaginary exception, calling the ruling morally perverse and internationally shameful. Ife said it violated Nigeria's obligation under international law, including the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, and the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. He demanded Kanu's immediate release, reconsideration of the judgment by the Supreme Court, an ICC investigation, and targeted UN sanctions. We declare the Supreme Court's judgments a nullity and demand immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, victim of state kidnapping, and judicial conclusion, Ife said. The Supreme Court has shred Nigeria's social contract when the highest court licensed state abduction, suspension, non-derogable rights, and voids double jeopardy. It commits constitutional harakiri. This judgment is not law, it is tyranny disguised as jurisprudence. He also called on the international community to treat Nigeria as a rogue state until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is freed and the constitution restored. All right, welcome back. In summary of all those English is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's right has been violated, that the Supreme Court upholding an acquittal judgment is wrong. That is not how it's supposed to be. That the Court of Appeal acquittal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be the final judgment against him. That should propel his freedom, and that the international community should hold the NIG government as a rogue until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released from detention. All right, another information, they say that troops raid IPOB ESN hideout in Delta State, arrest 13 suspects, confirmed collaborators to further investigation. The issue now is that anybody that is arrested in any state is tagged IPOB. But let's go down to that information. According to the information, the troops of 63 Brigade Nigerian Army and Sector 1 of the Joint Task Force South JTF SSS Operation Delta Safe have conducted a series of successful raids on suspected hideouts of the indigenous people of Biafra and its arm wing, the Eastern Security Network. The week-long operation, which ran from July 26 to August 1, 2025, targeted criminal enclaves in Abacha Camp and Fulani Camp areas of Opanam, located in Oshimi local government area of the state. All right, if they catch thief in Delta State, they go tag them IPOB. But when it comes to good thing or other things, IPOB will disagree that they are not part of. Deltans will disagree that they are not part of Biafra. But when criminals are caught on that side, you see them tagging these people members of the IPOB. You can see the injustice that is being done in this nation, whereby criminals, thieves become IPOB members, while other people are not IPOB members. When it comes to good thing, the state, Delta State, will deny IPOB. But when they catch criminals in their state, their children that are criminals, they will not attack them IPOB. All right, a lot of things are happening, but let's complete that information. As it is, according to press statement by Captain Liyasu Bawarijao, Acting Assistant Director, Army Public Relations for 63 Brigade, the intelligence-led raids led to the arrest of 13 suspects. The individuals were subsequently handed over to 63 Military Intelligence Regiment for detailed profiling. Following the profiling exercise, 4 of the arrested individuals were confirmed to be active collaborators of IPOB ESM network. They have been identified as Huzana John, Obasimada Abuchi, Nwamimi Ndoka, and Agui Uchenna. These suspects are to be transferred to higher military authorities for further investigation and necessary action. Another information is when did it become the work of the military to start doing investigation? Are these people not supposed to be handed over to the police to carry out their work? I don't think the work of the military in this nation is to carry out investigation. Meanwhile, this is where I'll be winding down the curtain. And if this is your first time of joining us, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, and comment. God bless you.